About 3 weeks later, Shirley's walking in the front door on Sunday morning. And I greeted her and said, "It's wonderful to see you." And I said, "I bet you can't remember when I saw you last." She said, "Oh, yeah, you came in the hospital room, kissed me on the head, and gave me a treatment." Now, what I'm saying to you is this. If somebody in a coma can hear and react to what is going on around them, the ideas going around, what can you do if you're consciously awake? What kind of information are you giving yourself in relationship to your health, to your happiness, to your positive experience in this thing called life, as far as your employment, as far as your relationships, as far as anything that's going on in your life? Don't exclude anything. Why? Because the blessing you let yourself become evolves as the blessing of everything you touch in your life. It was Robert Schumann who said, "Talent works, genius creates." Genius creates. What are you creating today? What do you plan to create tomorrow? What do you plan to create as you move through this week? What kind of creation is going to enhance your life so that when you walk in here next week for the experience we have next week, you can walk in at a higher, healthier, happier way by applying something you hear this morning and making it worth your time? Dr. Craig Carter shared with me once, he said, when people get up on Sunday morning and take a shower and get dressed, hopefully, and and drive and get here, and I just love it because we got people coming from Sacramento and Santa Cruz and Livermore and Pleasanton and all over, and there's more. I say, where are you visiting from? You're from across the bay, aren't you? That's wonderful. And to come here and do all of this and take the time to evolve in this way, even on a holiday weekend, it's wonderful. And I want that effort to do something for you, through you, as you, and that is to hear one thing that will make it worthwhile for you to be here. One thing, no matter how long you've been studying this or if you're brand new in the study of what we teach, that you will find something valuable that will wake you up to how valuable you are in this thing called life, how wonderful you are. And then you can, as Reverend Lacey so beautifully loves and points out, as I do, the idea that we are a mighty moving God in this thing called life. Robert Louis Stevenson said this: "Don't judge each day by the harvest you reap, but by the seeds you plant." What kind of seeds are you planting today? Are you planting seeds that look optimistically in relationship to your tomorrow? I'm a Craig Ferguson fan, The Late Late Show. How many like Craig? How many like Jeff? You don't even know who Jeff is. And I love Jeff. Jeff's the best side man I've ever seen. Anyhow, watch The Late Late Show. You'll find out who Jeff is. But the one thing about it, he says in his song, his opening song, he said, tomorrow's just a future yesterday. Today's a future yesterday. Well, what are you doing with it? What are you doing with the now that you're in? How many are ready to allow yourself to wake up from a coma of nonsense and affirm, I'm pitching a hell of a game? To wake up and know that you are moving forward in a loving and beautiful way beyond anything you've ever known before. I'm going to do a little tribute this morning to someone that I have known for many, many years and honor and celebrate, and I just found out that he passed. Someone that I know has touched the life of everyone in this room because of one song that he sang. His name is Dobie Gray. We were the same age, and I've known Dobie since my 20s. He sang a song called Drift Away. The words, which many of you know, go like this, but let yourself interpret these words metaphysically. Day after day, I'm more confused. So I look for the light in the pouring rain. You know, it's a game that I hate to lose. I'm feeling the strain, Ain't it a shame? Give me the beat, boy, free my soul. I want to get lost in your rock and roll and drift away. Give me the beat, boy, and free my soul. I want to get lost in your rock and roll and drift away. Oh, give me the beat, boys. Beginning to think that I'm wasting my time. I don't understand the things I do. The world outside looks so unkind. I'm coming on to carry me through. And you know, when my mind is free, you know, a melody can move me. And when I'm feeling blue, the guitar coming through, it does it to soothe me. Thanks for the joy you've given me. I want you to know I believe in your song. Rhythm and rhyme and harmony. You help me along, making me strong. Give me the beat, boy, free my soul. I want to get lost in your rock and roll and drift away. Give yourself the beat of a happy song, a healthy song. What's the name of your tune? What's the name of the song you sing in this thing called life? If you're giving your mind a positive purpose, sing a positive song about your life. What's the name of your song? What's the name of your melody? Dr. Ernest Holmes pointed out that life is a song worth singing. He said, sing it. That we are part of a universal symphony. Allow yourself to tune your own instrument. Don't run around tuning everybody else's instrument. How many know if you run around trying to tune everybody else's instrument, you'll never get around to the concert? We need to free ourselves. We need to free ourselves to keep ourselves in tune so that we're doing what? So that we're playing from love, through love, to love, the best song we know, and we're letting it get better until it does become a symphony. I think that being positive purpose and action and giving our mind the positive purpose to be what we are and do what we do is an experience that we have that can allow us to recognize that what we're doing is pursuing happiness. And if we look at it metaphysically, we know that we are happiness pursuing itself in a greater way. Everyone say, I am happiness. Pursuing the best of me in everything I do, say, think, and see in everyone. See, you have to be it to see it, don't you? You have to be it to see it. That's why when you start describing the world around you, understand you have to be it to see it. And if it's less than beautiful, shut up. If it's less than beautiful, don't whine on it. Don't dwell on it. I think one of the greatest lessons I learned, I was about 24 years old when Dr. William Hornaday said from the pulpit one morning, what you dwell on dwells on you. What does that mean? Okay. What you talk about, think about all the time is what you create to live in. Now, if you can hear that without going on a guilt trip and say, okay, that's the way it was because that's the information I had at that time. I now have new information. I'm not just going to know about it. I'm going to let what I know become what I do. And when I do, what I know becomes wisdom. Because why? Because I'm doing it and I know it's true because I see it's true. I don't have to know it because somebody told me it's true. So we can pursue happiness. We can pursue the beautiful unfolding as us, and the result of this is this elusive something that a lot of people are looking for becomes our reality. We try to grasp it, but if we don't know the truth of ourselves, if we don't have a definition that includes that happiness, it will slip away. I don't think happiness slips away. I think the desire for it slips away. I think what happens is people decide that unhappiness may be imposed on them, and so they justify it by saying it's some deity's idea of what they should be. They can come up with a religious concept that says, I'm here to suffer so I don't have to suffer in the next experience. I'm here to have hell and also I can have heaven later. Forget that. If we're part of the eternal, then this is our moment in eternality we're responsible for. What are you giving to your moment in eternality? Are you giving the beautiful? Are you getting love? Are you giving harmony? In his book, Your Mind Can Heal You by Frederick Bales. How many Frederick Bales fans do we have? Frederick Bales. Get his material. He said this: Happiness results from a proper adjustment to universal law. Unhappiness from a maladjustment to law. Everyone say, the proper adjustment to law. Now, the proper adjustment to the law of aerodynamics allows us to get on a plane in New Orleans and fly to Oakland or San Jose or wherever we landed. Yes. Having the right ticket and sitting at the right gate helps also. Okay. How many know people that are praying to win the lottery, but they won't buy a ticket?